Okay.
Okay, hopefully you guys didn't hear that.
Vinny, you're weird.
So today's something special. Also, this might shock you, but you know what we're doing?
Review on...
No, we're
What's shocking?
a Pokemon video.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done one
Yeah,
of those.
sorry about that.
We haven't done one of those
Since a video talking about the prototype. Yeah, that's been back in May.
Which, speaking of which, we also have a plan for another video related to the prototype.
Vinny, please, I'm trying.
Vinny, please be quiet.
I'm trying to be professional.
I'm trying to record a video.
Oh, I want to say trying to be professional. Yeah, so if you're probably wondering why haven't I done what's with the lack of Pokemon content?
Well, simply put,
I think I said I promised a video on Let's Go,
but
we
still haven't gotten around to it since
you'll see eventually, and I'm not.
We need to get back to that.
Yeah, as for Sword and Shield, I want to do the video on Let's Go first. So the review may or may not
work on that as soon as we're done with these.
Yeah, the review may or may not come out after Sword and Shield. It may come out after Sword and Shield.
But I honestly though I do think it's fine if we do Sword and Shield's video first.
Yeah. But thing is, why haven't I made any video about recent drama? I'd rather stay out of this. But what? No.
Drama?
Drama in this community.
Yeah. But
anyways. So what are we doing in here? Well, if you've seen in about 2 years ago, we were no stranger to reviewing talking about fan games and hacks.
Mm-hmm. We've talked about Pokemon Prism before,
or as a bonus as part of our old Pokemon Marathon. You know, we might have to need to redo some stuff for that again.
Yeah. Don't worry, we already have a couple videos planned, and
I have a revisit planned on the.
We have a revisit planned in November, so
yeah,
we'll be on the lookout for that.
The thing is, I am no stranger to ROM hacking.
But today we're covering something a little different. And the different the beat of this ROM hack isn't in terms of new Pokemon on our areas to explore. That there are a few new areas. It's mainly the game,
the new design,
the new structure of the game.
Now, catch-em-all hacks are. You might see the game as a catch-em-all hack of Crystal, which has been honestly done to death. I've actually played a game in the past. That's called Crystal Clear,
which is the same as this game.
Well, I was gonna do a review on that, but in short. Or
there wasn't enough resources as talking about what was changed, and you couldn't figure out how the hell Tyro evolved.
And also, the game really wasn't optimized for a catch-em-all hack. Accent and stones are not easy.
Stones are really hard to come by.
And as for evolutions, and as for trade evolutions, and it's a rare chance you find them in the wild. And also the game was a challenge hack. And there's but that's
unrelated.
But Crystal Clear was made by Pokemon. Crystal Clear was made by Shock Slayer. And it does what it sets out to be. No, not only a game where and you are completing the Pokédex is manageable.
A completely open-ended Pokemon experience.
Now, there have been some hacks in the past. I think most notably, Roaming Red, ed by Shadow Knight. However, I played it recently.
It's not well balanced.
Things are scaled to your Pokemon's level,
which is a problem when you end up picking in the starter. The game lets you pick any of them, by the way.
Anything that's not any Pokemon that's not a legendary. Yes, including fossils, wasn't a fucking Snorlax.
No. So if you pick something weak like Dratini, it's near impossible to gain levels.
If anything, it made Dratini evolve at level 20. Yeah, but that doesn't fix the problem. And also, for being an open world hack, there's still roadblocks and story events.
And so you still have to do things in a kind of rigid order. They just slightly open things up a little.
And the game is just unplayable.
Same.
Why do I bring this up?
Because
These two hacks have good ideas.
And the same as, but
what? I'm doing a video.
The difference is in the execution.
And the game does all of this. The game goes all the way through that.
Rolling Red Ed
had
good ideas, but the execution was very flawed.
I mean, there was an in-game randomizer. Even that was bugged.
This game actually it does what it sets out to do.
Crystal Clear had the same. It was about
similar ambition,
but
it was actually executed much better.
No, the other Crystal Clear.
Yeah, the other Crystal Clear.
The other Crystal Clear. It was done. It tried to be a catch-em-all, but
it changed a bunch of evolution methods. Which made a lot of Pokemon on impossible to obtain.
What?
We don't know. Oh. Well, anyways.
Is these two hacks try at one thing, but fail in one of those ways. Is also the game.
Rolling Red
it is horribly unbalanced.
And being poorly balanced, and Crystal Clear not.
Crystal Clear.
And the other Crystal Clear not communicating things to you well enough.
And also the random difficulty increase.
It was claimed to be a challenge hack, so.
Yeah, but sure, the addition of new Pokemon was neat, but it didn't save the problems.
Anyways, we've been talking about other hacks for 8 minutes.
Making comparison.
But let's actually talk about this game.
So, what is this game? I actually discovered this game back in July last year, and just once I got out every badge, I just tossed it aside because I'll admit I didn't really understand how the game worked. I just thought it was unbalanced. And maybe it's the fact that I played a little too many Gen 2 hacks after that time.
He wasn't making full use of the game's mechanics.
But now I've actually, believe it or not, played through the game twice.
So the span of like a month.
What are some of the things this game does right?
First off,
upon starting the game,
you get to choose whether you start in Pallet Town or New Ark Town. So if you want to be closer to a certain landmark, then you can Ark like if there's a Pokemon that's not available as a starter option, but you want to catch it soon, very soon, you can. Or there's a gym leader you'd rather take on first.
Also, you can actually there's actually a bridge added in a New Bark Town,
allowing you to
just walk to Kanto.
Without needing to surf.
Earth.
This game almost removes HM requirements.
You don't need HMs to grab and for badges. Oh, yeah. Speaking of badges.
You can get all 16 badges in any order you want.
And that even means each gym leader has 16 different teams,
depending on how many badges you have. Depending on whether you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15 badges. As we challenge them.
wait, that's not. And they scale the more they get stronger, the more you have. That must be. Geez, wait, they do. You're probably wondering. Wait, they do. This game that must be impossible then. Leveling up must be impossible.
Not really.
Now, trainers also scale at maximum level 45.
I'm on the overworld, but there's something interesting.
If you
return to a gym you've already
interact
beaten,
with a statue,
it lets you choose a set, one of the
assuming how many badges you have.
If you're wondering how many sets are available to you, just take your number of badges. Is it add one?
It's and you can and fight a gym in that.
Depending on, you can fight a gym and with the different combinations of team, and you can fight. I the gym with with its levels as if you had that many badges. Like you could fight if you already have all 16 badges, but you're training lower level Pokemon. And you could you could go to Cinnabar Gym and fight Blaine with his team, as if you only had 2 badges. It makes grinding super convenient.
And nowhere near as tedious and time consuming.
And they also completely remove the need to go back to Pokemon Center since it's changing your set.
It will heal your team.
It heals your team completely. You see, which is especially useful in cities where the Pokemon Center is a fairly long run from the gym.
In some cases, also some gyms got complete overhauls. For example, remember Cinnabar Island in Gen 2? Well, it's still there.
But
only now they added, except Shock Slayer added new Cinnabar Island.
Yeah.
It's the old Cinnabar Island, and including the fossil lab and
Pokemon Mansion.
That's actually in the old Cinnabar or in a tunnel. When Blaine's gym was completely redesigned as a straight path where you press switches. There's also some gyms will have a Pokemon outside of their type.
For coverage.
It can really throw you off, though.
The gym's type is now just an indicator as to what their what you could expect the type of most Pokemon in the gym to be. Not necessarily all of them.
For example, in Blaine's gym, there's a fire breather that says Blaze It, and it uses an Oddish. Uses the Oddish line.
Very, very clever shots there. It also has a weird sense of humor.
For example, there's a lot of optional content.
And including various random trainers scattered throughout the region.
Like Black Belt McD.
Pokemon people that tend to use unorthodox teams with weird nicknames.
And do you know what he says? As after you beat him? Defeating a sandwich only makes it tastier.
Which is a reference to Team
Dragon's Ball PE.
Yeah.
And then there's this weirdo who talks about how much he likes his ducks.
They were far-fetched.
He has a Psyduck, and also they have really weird names.
Yeah, it's just
the game really has a sense of humor.
or that isn't exactly present in existing Pokemon games.
Well, the game can be. You can't. I think I had plans on making a consideration talking about just how utterly hilarious SNPC dialogue could be.
This game takes that, it completely embraces that, and it goes to absurd levels. Also, the Elite Four and Champion are completely changed.
I don't really think I should. I don't want to spoil that for you.
I'm not really gonna rate them since I feel weird rating basically real people.
You're actually fighting the developers.
Or is it the game? The Champion being Shock Slayer himself.
Elfin,
and the Elite Four being people who helped him on the game.
But there's also a thing. You can also find weird blue, pink, and green Swinubs. around the world, around the regions. I think this guy real
Easter eggs.
I think this and his Shock Sawyer's mascot is
a
like
green swinub.
or dubbed named Pikey.
Piggy with one G.
Pikey.
Pikey.
I can tell he really loves Swinub.
But yeah.
You can actually do, and so remember how I said HMs are mostly the option, sir? You actually have Surf from the start, if I'm correct.
You start out with a Surf HM in your bag.
Since it's the most, since it's HM requirements are completely removed.
Ooh, you don't need you don't need any HMs to complete the gym challenge.
And oh yeah, fly. Well, you can still obtain them, but there are actually conveniently, if you don't need to grab them, there are some Pokemon that just have of the HM of the move natively.
Like with Fly and Strength. And
same goes for Cut.
The infamous move Cut that
you can actually do a side quest.
That's to get a sword that completely negates the need for this horrible move.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You see, since this guy's plan was to make the game as faithful to the originals as possible, so it would be completely compatible.
Yeah, I didn't mention that.
If you had if you downloaded it onto a physical card,
if it's on a flash card or I guess you're playing on the 3DS.
Yes, you could.
Everything.
Yes. So that the Pokemon movesets and evolution levels are completely unaltered.
Yes, even if that means the physical special split wasn't a thing. But that is actually no one has ever. I don't think any hack has ever tried that.
It's really neat.
I can make a game compatible with all
almost.
Oh
my God!
Just bring her down.
Then you're waiting on us. Oh my God! Okay.
Okay. Anything? I've only really talked about the work changes to the game.
And also, Since because of the compatibility thing, he couldn't change Cut to make it better. So instead, he added a way to get around the world without needing it.
Yeah, and also you completely restore all story events from the original are gone. On the game set at 1 year after or the original.
And he completely restored Kanto.
That's right. That means Seafoam Island and Cerulean Cave. Hell, Pokemon Mansion, as I mentioned, the aforementioned Pokemon Mansion.
Kanto Victory Road.
No, not that one.
Yes.
And hell, restoring the power plant, the old power plant. Even if the Aliac and Viridian Forest, so I think that's how he was able to do it, amongst among a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah. Either way. Yeah. So what else?
Well, that's not all. He also fixed some other dungeons, and like Ice Path after no longer requiring strength. And, well, this is probably the most shocking one. Upon starting in the most recent version,
you have a ton of customization options. You completely customize the skin tone and other an overall palette of your character.
But not just limited to two.
But you have, but let me list off the models you have. You have Gold.
I'm sorry.
Gold or Ethan.
I'm sorry.
Or Chris, according.
One of the defaults.
One of the defaults.
Yeah, Gold and
Chris with a K, or
that's how it is spelled.
Which is the official name for the female protagonist. Red.
Green.
Green. Blue.
Yellow.
So that's
Silver.
a completely original.
Actually, based on
based on the character.
based on concept art from based on Capsule Monsters.
This character,
Based on
concept art from Capsule Monsters.
there's Lena.
You know,
And if you wanted,
or you could be a Rocket Grunt. Both Rocket Grunt models are available. So that's a total of one.
okay, wait.
Start with gold. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and different and sprites you can use.
But it doesn't stop there.
Like I said, you can completely customize the skin tone and own a hair / outfit color.
But wait, it doesn't stop there.
You someone else made an injector that's been endorsed by Shockslayer, where you can
Make your own sprites.
You can make your own or you can add your own sprite options.
Including
Someone even made big chungus. Yeah.
this is I'm not making this up.
But yeah.
Yeah, you can shoot
Heck, and I figured we might also point out the starter options. Just select randomness. Just mash through this. Done. Alright, save. Alright.
You can actually
And
change.
you can also choose between how many?
50 a bag up.
52, because type 0 exists. 52 different bag options.
Ends with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different bag colors.
8 different interior and background colors for your bag menu, too.
Oh, you can even change your Pokegear color.
Or from the same, and choose from the same A-mate.
Yeah. And so, what are the start? There's 20 options for a starter.
You have one. The first one's Bulbasaur. Second one is Charmander. Third one is Squirtle. Fourth is Chikorita. Fifth is Cyndaquil. And sixth is Totodile.
Okay, pretty normal.
Seventh is Pikachu.
Okay.
Eighth is Eevee. Ninth is Psyduck. 10th is Slowpoke. 11th is Seal. 12th is Growlithe. 13th is Houndour. 14th is Ponyta. 15th is Voltorb. 16th is Porygon. 17th is Vulpix. 18th is Pichu. 19th is Cleffa.
20 actually more than 20.
20th is Igglybuff. 21st is Togepi. 22nd is Tyrogue. 23rd is Smoochum. 24th is Elekid. 25th is Magby. 26th is Smeargle. 27th is Ditto. 28th is Unknown. 29th is Magikarp. And 30th is Shuckle.
30 starter options.
Yeah.
And they're all grouped in.
You could choose from more than 10% of all available Pokemon. I'm not even counting their evolutions.
So yeah, that's pretty huge. Huge. Other things about the hack include. Other things about the hack include. Stationary for stationary Pokemon, and you can save for soft resetting. In case you want shinies. Come here.
You can, in case you want a soft reset for shinies on legendaries.
Or hell, your starter when you start out the game.
They even let you soft reset for your starter. So any of these 30 Pokemon are now soft reset.
And and I'm pretty sure some overworld Pokemon have slightly shiny odds.
It's like Snorlax, right?
Yeah, and other legendaries.
Like Snorlax and the legendaries.
And so wait, how exactly is completing the Pokédex so convenient? Well, simple. The department store.
First off, the department store now sells
every trade item.
Every single item you need to evolve. You would need to evolve any Pokemon. And of course, you also have vitamins for Tyrogue.
And you can also buy every TM, and once you have the 8 badges. Is you can and wait, what about trade evolutions? Well,
There's an NPC that trades
trade back.
where you can trade your Pokemon on two, and they'll trade them right back. Yep. Your Pokemon, everything about your Pokemon will be saved. Happiness level, DVs.
Oh wait,
DVs, Es, movesets, shininess, and even the nickname.
So DVs were Maggie.
And of course, they'll still have your OT.
He's also got a bit of an update.
There was no way to check your Pokemon's DVs, and
Now as soon as you catch them, they're displayed.
now on the naming screen for the Pokemon, it shows you all 5 of the Pokemon's DVs. You might be asking why there aren't 6, but it's because since the DV system was exactly the same as Gen 1, special attack and special defense are still determined by the same DV. So yeah.
And as I mentioned, with the training system, with the gym system is handled. Oh my god! The gym system is handled.
It's much easier to grind.
And,
I'm trying to get it.
ah, come on!
It's actually graphite. It's toxic. Okay, anyways.
It actually makes it.
Grab her. Pick her up.
Okay.
Pick her up. Oh, grab. Okay, there.
Forgive me.
Her dog got a pencil. Okay.
So, oh yeah, it actually makes grind. Through the gym system, you can actually handle grinding. In completing evolutions.
So yeah, not to mention every single Pokemon can be found in the wild. We think Magby and possibly Igglybuff might
are kind of bugged.
But thankfully the Auto can hatch into a Magby, and for Magby and Igglybuff, thankfully those are you can breed for those.
And also
their evolutions are in the wild.
And
no
also,
problem.
And hey, if you're one of those guys, kind of like a little like me, you don't want to wait. He's trying getting lucky for coins or with coins and coins are having having a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Cheats are still cheat. It still
Cheats
works.
still works, so you don't have to grind money at least.
They actually gave if the game corner or both game corners different prizes.
There's some like Heracross, Eevee,
and the Pseudo Legendaries.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of rare Pokemon that you can get from the game corner if you don't want to bother finding them. And even then, it's not hard to find Pokemon.
Because on the Pokédex, there's an
option that enables all seen.
Which
will alter your save data to have all 251 Pokemon registered as seen, and therefore it's possible to check their location data even if you haven't actually encountered one, which is amazing. And then it also comes with the guide, and there's also a guide somewhere.
Also on the start screen, on the startup, you can oh shit! How did I not mention that? It's on the start or on the menu. There's a reset clock option, and so you don't have to wait real time.
I'm when it comes to time exclusive encounters. Like maybe you have a busy day, like maybe you go to work or school and don't have time to check the game in the morning.
Yeah, turn on your fucking computer in the morning and open up your emulator.
So now, no matter what time you usually check on the game, you can change the in-game clock to have encounters. Or no matter what time of the day. I don't know why he didn't just remove time of day encounters, or does it make them all the time? But this is a good.
But there's also other things beyond in the options menu.
Let's just grab the Vulpix. Okay. He's dashing through to check every option.
Yeah, there's a 9-step point to video section.
But yeah.
So
Also, if you're wondering how you get the legendaries, well, Articuno, Zapdos,
And
the
Mol-
Beast, the Beast, and the Tower Duo are exactly the same as
But well, the way you
Crystal.
acquire them is different. It's slightly different.
Really?
Sweet. Well, as for the wing, for the Tower Duo, you need to. The way you obtain the wings is different.
And
And
how is that?
Go to the lighthouse and feed the Ampharosa say berry. I was really confused on that part.
It has to be the specific berry item, not
Any berry.
No, not. It can't be a random berry. It has to be the item that's straight up
And
called a
for
berry.
some reason gives you the silver wing. I don't remember. I think the rainbow wing is given to you upon clearing the sprout shrub. The tower of the triumph of the sages.
So, in other words, finishing Sprout Tower.
Or which? Oh yeah, don't go there early. Don't go there when you just start.
These don't scale, and the level cap gets ridiculous.
The level cap starts out at 30.
So, Tower is meant for later in the game this time. So you don't get Ho-Oh right off the bat.
However, legendaries do scale to how many badges you have.
So yeah, if you want to.
Shower, so hold on to her.
Okay. I planned on it.
So yeah.
Suicune, you need to go a few more locations to run into.
Entei and Raik are still roaming. Pokemon function exactly the same. Articuno and Zapdos are where they were in the Kanto games.
Well, Zapdos is actually outside of the power
Zapdos
plant.
is an extra area outside the power plant, but the process of getting to it is basically the same.
Where's Moltres then?
Moltres was moved to
Mount Silver.
Was moved to Mount Silver.
They added a little spot for or extra area for it.
Yeah, they need a little extra area, like in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah, only it's some outside, rather than being in the cave.
And it's outside.
Even its own area.
Also, yes, you can even go to Mount Silver anytime. I'm pretty sure
they warn you. The old man warns you
that the Pokemon out there are strong. I don't think you can take on Red until you have all 16 battles.
Yeah, true. Actually, I would say you could take on. I would say Ed, but
it's actually.
I think based on your based on which character you picked, for the most depending on some specific choices.
Depending on which characters you have, which character model you picked, you'll fight a different character. For example, if you pick Silver,
or you'll fight Red. Or can fight Red. If you picked someone like Blue, you will fight Gold.
Yeah. So basically, what I get is if you picked a Gen 1 character, you fight a Gen 2 character. And if you picked a Gen 2 character, you fight a Gen 1 character.
That's really it. I'm pretty sure they all have their own teams too.
Noah's gonna have to do a little more experimenting with different character models.
And in the options menu has even seen some changes. There's the traditional set, but there's also the encounter fancy or fast. Fast pretty much just sends you straight to the battle.
No intro.
And when you run, there's no text.
There's no text when you run.
Nurse is normal or quick. So when you
there's no if you set it to quick, there's no dialogue. You just interact. Your Pokemon are healed.
It turns you around.
And so if you key on button mash, you wouldn't accidentally restart the process.
And the menu and there's the continue customization.
And which saves with your game, and asks whether you want and if you have it title or normal.
Take you to the title screen.
And right to the continue options.
Or there's the menu option, which you should use if you want to keep access the clock.
Yeah. Alright, the continue normal option just sends you right into the game when you boot it up.
Quick continue.
And that's quick.
Quick sends you immediate straight into the game.
Your color, pack design color. Last flown.
Save or home, I don't know what that does. But that's not even. There's this.
You can change your music to different sets.
There is a lot of options. and it's from
There's music from other Pokemon games.
remixes is from other games.
From Mega Man music.
Yeah, I'm serious. Or we got things are gonna get even weirder. For the gym leaders, you can choose things like.
You got the Pokemon Go battle theme. Yeah.
Stay. The Pokemon Center can even uncenter bicycle, wild victory.
You can customize basically any theme in the game. Can you even customize the overworld music?
You can even customize surfing music.
Overworld, are those unchanged?
You can turn off the HP warning.
Thank God.
I'm pretty sure you can even choose things like Splat Attack. Yes. And
it's Splat-Tack.
Splat-Tack.
And what?
Or
Guile's theme. Yes, we don't.
Yeah, Guile's theme. Yeah, there's so much. I'm surprised this was even possible. Well, it was thanks to probably due to removing all the scripted events from the game.
So it surely took up a lot of data. So much new content. And let's go a little. And what about those other
legendaries?
Those other 3 legendaries?
So
the Mewduo and Celebi.
Celebi, well, if you talk to Professor Oak, you get the GS ball. Oh, show it to Kurt. Wait a day. It's actually the same event from Crystal.
So yeah, then you can encounter Celebi at the shrine.
Then
there's a unique side. There's a side quest after the Suicune involving Eugene, and I'm not gonna spoil it.
It's really
it's pretty nuts. But in the end, you can catch Mewtwo, who is Cerulean Cave, and Mew is a roaming legendary.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's a. Oh, I don't even know what to say anymore. Or I really encourage you. I've actually done 2 playthroughs already. One, I guess you can categorize them.
The first playthrough he did was a completionist playthrough,
where I completed the Pokédex.
Where of course he fought all the gym leaders, the Elite Four and Red, and Ness.
Oh yeah, I did.
Ness from Earthbound is in this game, and a Slowpoke well.
Oh, what the fuck?
You can battle him for some reason, but yeah.
Okay, but yeah, and my second playthrough, it was a
more casual run where he just beat all the gym leaders and his Elite Four champion and Ness and Red.
And well, like I said, I think as I said, this game really encourages multiple runs.
Yeah.
This game really encourages multiple playthroughs. It was no playthrough. It was identical. What Pokemon will you use? What gym leaders will you fight? Technically, you don't have to fight all 16.
In order to reach the Elite Four, there's a minimum requirement of 8.
Will you fight every gym leader?
I do believe you have to fight all 16 for Red, though.
Yeah. What gym leaders will you fight?
You don't. If you're only going for the Elite Four and Champion, which 8 will you challenge?
And how will you customize your room?
Yeah.
I didn't even mention that.
Yeah,
in the Mahogany Town on the shop is now instead of being in Team Rocket's hideout.
You could buy customization options for your room.
I think these were in the original, but require aired connectivity with Stadium too.
So yeah.
What Pokemon will you? What Pokemon will you use? What gym leaders will you do? Will you fight?
No, you customize your room, your character, your bag, your Pokegear. You know, there's
The possibilities are literally endless.
so you could play this game 100 times and never get bored. Or there's just so much variety in the
And did I mention fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. In this game, it makes things you normally hate in the main in core titles, such as grinding or looking or searching. Or searching for Pokemon, and actually fun. You can even buy items that you normally couldn't,
like Max Elixir.
Max Elixirs,
Max
Ether.
Revives.
I've Sacred Ash.
Sacred Ash. If you've gotten far enough,
If you've gotten every badge,
you have every badge.
And you can even buy all of Kurt's Pokeballs, all without the need to make Apricorn.
If you're wondering if the Sacred Ash breaks the Elite Four, but no, you're not allowed to use items in the Elite Four.
Or
interestingly enough, every Elite Four or every battle of the Elite Four and Champion, you're healed before, but you're not allowed to use items during the fight.
You're healed before you challenge
You're
them.
healed before you challenge each one.
No, you're not.
No, you're healed at the start of the challenge, and then you have to go through a 5-trainer gauntlet without using any items. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, did I mention? Yeah, I probably already mentioned you can buy every TM.
You unlock, by the time you have your 8th badge, you've unlocked every TM.
And you know what? One of the most surprising about this,
Yeah.
I'm doing this on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's
right
doing,
now. I haven't mentioned this, but
he's playing through
since
Pokemon.
Since
He's
April,
been playing through Pokemon X nonstop. I'm trying to experience and trying to use as many Pokemon as possible.
I have a horrifying total
of 57 different playthroughs, and he's currently on his 11th one.
But that's besides the point. But the fact that I'm doing this on the side, I'm able to dedicate time into both. Both really shows what this game is. Mm-hmm. It is maybe you're someone who's busy. It doesn't want to dedicate a full time
to a game.
Oh my god! You're probably gonna ask, what do you rate this game?
10.
This is
everything you could ask for in a Pokemon
game. This is just a Pokemon game in general.
It's crazy.
This is more than, this isn't just a game.
This is an experience, and I highly encourage you to try out. If you legally own Pokemon Crystal, of course.
Yeah. You can go check out Shock Sawyer's Discord, or if you want a link, and you can check out if you want, you can go to the Crystal Clear Injector. I didn't mention that.
Even if you're not happy with somehow not happy with the 30 starter choices you have, you can even customize your starter Pokemon.
So anything you want.
So literally any one of the 250
You can even change
Pokemon.
what moves they have of the DVs.
You can change their DVs, genders, and you can go wild with it.
This is just. What are you doing when you're watching this? What are you doing watching this fucking video?
Just play the game.
Go play this damn game.
Again, now if you own Pokemon Crystal on Game Boy physically or on Nintendo eShop,
buy a repro, inject it to your 3DS. As play it on an emulator, or I don't fucking care.
Just try this game out. It's great.
It's incredible.
Assuming you can put up with it.
It's gonna be hard. It's probably gonna be hard for her to go back to traditional Pokemon.
It's probably gonna be hard. But just a little warning: it's gonna be really hard to play through Gen 2 again after this.
For maybe any other game, but I can sure play through. Pokemon X like that. X the way it was.
But yeah.
Anyways, I've rambled on for
over 40 minutes.
That being said, I'm Noseran.
And I'm Emery. And bonjour, my wonderful viewers.
See you in the next video.
Yeet.